Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The show will indeed be starting very, very soon. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Big Orris Experience, and we'll be right with you. And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special show, and let me tell you why. We have one of my favorite people in the world going to be sitting across from me today. The one, the only, the Jake Foster. Jake, what is up?
Not much, man. Just excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. This is something, since I started doing Film Sleep Repeat really hardcore again, we talked and we're like, we got to get you on somewhere.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then I started doing this show, and I was like, let's make it happen. And, well, here we are.
Here we
So
are.
So how are you today? First things first, how are you doing today?
Bro, I'm tired, man. Work, school, everything's been kicking me, but...
You're grinding, bro. And you're married.
Well, I'm married,
Triple trouble, bro.
Triple trouble.
School, work, marriage.
Marriage. Full time.
Marriage is great, though.
Marriage is awesome. I love it.
Jake, I keep calling you Jacob today. I don't know why,
It's all
but
good,
Jake
bro.
has never said a bad thing about his wife, which is cool. He always talks bad about me and talks
Whatever,
mad crap,
man.
whatever. But Jake, how I like to start off these shows, of course, for those of you who watch daily or whatever it may be, I like to talk about how I know the person sitting across from me.
Right.
And with Jake, we met junior high.
Right.
I was a bit of a dancer, you could say.
Oh, yeah, bro. Seth had the moves.
Seth, I did indeed have the
You
moves.
still do, bro.
I do still have the moves. I don't show them as often because it's a little, different strokes. But Jake was the first kid who was really like kind of in my corner in junior high as far as like what you would call a hype man. He would always I remember the first dance of the year, there was a $15 iTunes gift card for the dance. Whoever, if you entered the dance competition and you won, you'd win the gift card. And I'm like, well, shit, I have nothing to lose, like I can do this. And then after I win, you're the first person to come up to me with the big like dap up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And that was always, that always meant a lot to me. And then we were always we were like the most tight you can be without being friends. Like being real friends, like
Yeah,
talking
man.
normally, I would say, in the world. But ever since then, through high school, we kind of, chatted on and off. We were never really close. And then you went to college, of course. Well, you went on your mission. You came back. You went to college out
Right.
at Dixie State, played baseball. And we talked every once in a while about movies. You would always hit me up and be like, hey, what do you think about this movie?
Right.
Which is very kind of, a lot of people do that. But you were Jake Foster, so I was always going to hit you
Whatever,
up back, And we became good friends, kind of talking about movies all the time. And then you moved back down to Bountiful, and we started seeing movies every Thursday night. We would go see a movie together
Yes, sir.
and started talking about sneakers a lot, started talking about movies a lot, started
Totally.
hanging out. And now you're married and we'd never see each other.
It's crazy, man. Once you get married, everything gets busy.
Everything. Good busy, though.
Yeah, it was good.
Because I'm busy, too. I was thinking about that today. Busy is such a... Like, busy can be really good or really bad, but I feel like busy is good in your case.
Yeah, bro. I think if you over busy, if you will, or if you over busy your life and just add too much unnecessary stuff to your routine, that's when you get into trouble. Because I don't know. I'm reading this book right now called Essentialism, or no, it's called The One Thing. The Essentialism is another book that's just like it, but I'm reading The One Thing right now, and it just talks about how like, with social media, with our lives, everything that goes on, we have options to choose what we do every single day.
Yeah.
And being able to kind of prioritize that, dummy it down, that's the
That's the
that's how
juice.
you make it, bro.
It's the only way. Hell, doing everything here at Film Sleep Repeat, I feel like I'm doing a million things a day, going a million miles an hour, but it's all good. It's all good stuff.
Right.
But no, yeah, that's awesome. So you've been married now about a month and like 10 days, right? Month and 12 days?
Yeah, bro. Month and
January
12 days.
10th
January
was the big
10th
day.
Was the big day.
I remember I spoke about it a few weeks ago. Talked about how you guys had the perfect reception.
Oh,
You just had the
appreciate it,
cookies
man.
available at my discretion. You had the ice cream. The amount of cookies I took from you, bro. I swear, it took about 25 after.
That's why they were there, man.
Yeah. I was like, no one else is... Come on, these are all skinny, good-looking people.
Bro.
They don't need these cookies, bro.
Here's the thing, bro. I didn't even have a cookie on the night of my wedding. I was so busy saying hi to everybody.
Isn't that how it works?
Dancing,
That's
hanging
something
out.
you hear about.
It was until the next morning I actually had one or
Okay.
two of them.
Oh, but there were leftovers.
Oh, yeah, there were
Okay, so I'm
tons of
chilling.
leftovers. Yeah, could have taken the whole box, bro. You're good.
Man, thanks for the offer. But no, so me and Jake, like, I feel like where our friendship really, like, where we kind of enter that realm of being like, I was like, this guy's one of the best friends I've ever had, is when we started hanging out, talking about sneakers. Movies is, of course, I feel like for me, movies is sort of an everybody thing. Everyone asks me about movies. Everyone talks to me about movies. And I love that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love talking about movies with everyone. And I never discourage people from talking about movies with me. But they're very, like, rarely will come along someone who just, like, it's more than that. It's
Right.
like, let's talk about movies, but let's talk about, like, everything. And then sneakers entered the contest? No. The realm. Yes, the relationship that we had. And man, because you were just getting into sneakers a few months prior, if I'm correct, because you had gotten the bread toes from your Jordan 1 bread toes from his brother.
Right.
And his favorite pair of shoes of all time.
Yeah,
if I'm correct.
Maybe not of all time, but that I own.
That he owns.
Yeah.
That he owns. What's your favorite of all time?
All time's the white cement 4.
Okay. But don't you have like 3 pairs of those right now?
I got 2.
Okay, so you own them.
Yeah, bro.
But I guess the bread toes probably have a little bit more sentimental value for you at this point.
Yeah, bro, that's, I mean, the story behind that. Everything just getting that pair of shoes on my birthday, getting that pair of shoes when, when I was least expecting it was, it was dope.
Yeah.
So that's a shoe I hold very near and dear to me.
No, that's the best. I definitely, sneakers are one of those things for me that when I first started thinking about sneakers and getting into sneakers, I was like, I want sneakers to be cool. That was sort of my thing. And then I really once I thought about it, I was like, look, sneakers make you cool. But you know what's cooler than being cool? Is selling sneakers and making money off sneakers.
Sounds fun, bro.
And then I still get to rep all my favorite sneakers.
Right.
I never go out in a pair of Monarchs.
Yeah, no, bro. Hey, bro, I'll be an 80-year-old man and I'll never put a pair of Monarchs on. Man.
No, Monarchs are bad, bro.
Bad news.
No
dude.
offense to anyone who wears Monarchs.
If you wear Monarchs, you got to get your game up, though. Get your game up.
If you wear Monarchs, hit Jake up. He'll hit you up with a pair of his white cement 4s.
Probably not. I'll link you with the pair. I'll find a place for you to get some, but mine are mine.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't ever into Jordans until I got the pair of Jordan 1, the Phantom Reds, and then ever since then I haven't really been a Jordan guy. You're very much OG Jordan guy.
Yeah, I'd say if I had to pick a collection of between all the classic Jordans and all the collaboration Jordans, I would pick the classics over the collabs. Even though there's so much hype around the collabs, and I love Off-White, Travis Scott, Acronym.
Yeah.
The not Jeremy Scott, Jerry Lorenzo's.
Yeah.
The Fear of Gods.
Oh, the Fear of Gods are tight, bro.
They're cool. They're sweet, but nothing beats that
retro
nostalgia
pair.
of the retros.
I feel that. I feel like there's more history behind, those two. And I bet in 20 years, maybe it will be looked at different because with this Travis collaboration or any of these collaborations, you'll see in 20 years, it will kind of be like that classic, this is the old school type stuff.
Right.
It has history. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that Travis makes, I dig. I just don't dig some stuff.
Right.
I think a lot of what he makes, it just isn't for me. And it kind of is when my worst reseller comes out because I'm like, I just want these pairs to resell them.
Right.
Which the sneaker community, there's good things about the sneaker community and bad things, right? But I try to be the good. Steve Foster in the chat.
My man.
Big Monarch fan, he says.
Big Monarch guy.
Bro.
Steve doesn't own Monarch. Steve's got some heat. He's not as into sneakers as I am, but Steve's got some heat.
Okay.
He's got some shoes in his collection.
I can dig it. I mean, That's your brother, correct?
Big brother.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he followed me on Instagram. Good dude.
Good, solid dude.
Oh yeah.
Steve's the man.
He won an Xbox and tried to sell it a few months ago, and I almost bought it for you.
Oh.
That's a true story. I saw it and I was like, because you didn't have an Xbox at the time and you kept
Still
coming
don't.
to steal mine, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna buy him one. Thank goodness I didn't, because I quit my job like 2 days later. Which I do want to say, Jake here is one of the people I give like the biggest, like I just have to say, like Jake is one of the biggest reasons I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because he was the first person I told when I had the idea to, hey, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow. I'm going to figure all this stuff out. I called you. I said, hey, let's hang out tonight. You're like, yeah, I can come over, swing by for a bit. You come over. I sit you down. I'm like, okay, here's my plan. And you're like, bro, do it. And
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like, it was that one thing, like, there's very few people that I would have trusted in that moment to kind of give me that advice. And I think if you, honestly, it's like the power of words of, if you would have been like, I don't think it's the right thing for you right now, wouldn't have done it.
Right.
I just trust your opinion on that. And now look at us.
Bro, we're here.
We're
The
chugging
studio,
along.
the
Two months later,
laboratory.
2 months later, the lab. Me and Jake used to spend a lot of time here pre-marriage. What we were talking the 4 days leading up to your marriage, we were in this room until 4 a.m. every single morning playing COD.
Playing zombies.
Yeah, playing zombies, which is something Jake brought up to me yesterday. Is one of the stream, like, eventually I want to start doing a gaming stream, is what I've told people. Truthfully, is
That'd be dope.
every few weeks I want to do like one stream where it's like 2 hours just me playing COD and talking about movies. And I mean, we'll have to get you on, because
Bro.
nothing's better than me and Jake playing zombies.
We got to run. So me and Seth, you guys will see, we're beasts.
Oh.
We don't die, bro.
We don't take prisoners, bro. We kill them all.
We kill them all, bro.
No, but no. Jake's a good guy. He always has been. You've always just been a nice person, which I try to also be. I try to live my life by that, and I feel like we vibe because of that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. One thing that, when Seth was talking about how Film Super Pete really got, how he kind of revamped it and really put everything into it. I remember that night, both of us were just kind of having a bad day.
Yeah.
Seth hits me up with a text like, bro, terrible day today. Come through, let's hang out, let's vent, let's talk. And so I was down, and so, yeah, I came over, and Seth's like, dude, my job right now, I'm just not happy.
It's killing me.
And me and Seth have a lot of conversations about happiness, and that plays into the sneaker thing too, bro. Like, if you buy too much into the hype and you go on Instagram and you see what the celebrities are wearing, you see what everybody's posting that they want, you end up, it murders your pockets. It murders your wallet, your bank account, and it's like, there were times where I bought shoes for the Travis Scott ones, for example.
Yeah.
I don't really like that shoe that much.
Yeah.
Before I owned it, everybody was like, oh, this is the shoe of the year. This is the shoe of the year. I love this shoe. This shoe's incredible. I finally got my hands on a pair and put them on, and yeah, they were dope. Yeah, people would, you call me breaking people's necks because they're bending over so far with their neck to look at what shoes you got on. And
Yeah.
But one night I was just sitting there and I was like, these shoes suck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like the brown on them. The reverse swoosh is kind of a disrespect to the Jordan, like the OG, the classic check on the Jordans. And, I just didn't think they were as cool. So I unloaded them, sold them the next day. And I think a lot of that is like, a lot of the sneaker lessons like that. Like, don't fill your collection with shoes that everybody tells you is cool. By what you think is cool. And like the Phantom Jordan 1s, I remember the release of those, they're still sitting on websites.
Yeah.
And to this day they're still sitting on websites. But right when they came out, I hit Seth up. I was like, bro, these are the cleanest Jordans that I've seen in a long time. People called me crazy for that. People thought that I was stupid, that my opinion was that way. But it's just all about doing what you love.
It is. And it's something that's crazy about that is, that's just life in general, but sneakers especially, because with sneakers right now, it's such like a hype environment of, if you have the craziest heat, you're up on a pedestal almost.
Right.
And I'm getting to a place where, look, I love the stuff I've got. I used to have like 10, 12 pairs of Yeezys just because of the fact that I was like, oh, they're Yeezys, I want to have them. You know what I'm saying? and that completely has shifted. It's not what I'm about at this point.
Right.
I have 2 pairs. I have my Wave Runners, which from the moment we've known each other, I told you the Wave Runners are the sweetest pair of shoes in the world.
Right.
They are the only shoe that I will own until I die. And then I have my black 350 V2s because they're just clean.
Fire, bro. You got them on right now.
And when I kind of decided to do the whole film, sleep, repeat thing, I was like, I can't live that life really. The only time I can buy sneakers is if I'm trying to resell them at this point.
Right.
And it kind of put me back down to earth of like, what is really like, what have I thought about for the last year? Because all I thought about was if I've got this heat on my feet, I'm sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the triple
slight bars.
Absolutely. And we were at In-N-Out one night, and a kid like ran up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, you got the Blazers, the Phantom Blazers. Like, oh my gosh, dude, that's insane." And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I wish I was in a position financially that I could just give that kid my shoes.
Yeah, bro.
Because and that night was kind of when I realized what you realized of like, I love these. I think they're cool, but they're nothing special to me. They're nothing like that. I wear them because like of the hype almost. And this kid in that moment would have died almost to be wearing the pair of shoes I was wearing.
Right.
And it just makes me think like certain sneakers for those people are awesome. And same with life. Just do what makes you happy. Wear what makes you happy. Right. Film, sleep, repeat t-shirts coming March 1st, baby. Let's go.
I'll be rocking those.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff about them.
I mean, hell. Jake was the first person I really hit up about shirts. I was like, hey, would you wear a Film, Sleep, Repeat t-shirt? He literally hit me back within seconds and was like, of course.
Yeah.
And then I sent you that design, the Godfather design, and you're like, that's one of the cleanest things I've ever seen in my life. And Jake's just a supporting guy. We do have a few chats here. I hope I say his name right. Felix Avalar?
Yeah.
Avalar, be live. Yo, Jake, what's up? Jake, nice, haha, I don't know. And then Sevi also in the chat said, yo, the goats.
Sevi's the real goat, man. I've known Sevi.
I don't know about Sevi being the goat after last night, Sevi. What happened, bro? You're going to text me at 9:30, be like, I got to finish some homework real quick, then I'm going to hit you up.
Sevi, bro. Can't be leaving a man hanging like that.
It's okay. I had a fun night.
Yeah. I feel that, man.
No, I'm kidding, by the way, Sevi. I'm going to need at least 5 of the teas. You got it, bro.
Who, Sevi said that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's 4 people that are getting the first supply of t-shirts. And one of these guys, James, he watches every chat. He's always in the live chat. He always watches and is a big supporter. I told him, I said, you get a shirt. It's free. Let me know what's like. I'm giving you the first Film, Sleep, Repeat t-shirt. Like, the support is insane. And then I was like, Sevi's one of those guys. Definitely getting a t-shirt first, right?
Right.
He said exam week. Sevi, I don't want your excuses, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
You just got kicked off the list.
Yeah, bro.
No, whatever. I'm kidding, bro. I feel you. I hope the exams are going well. And then Jake, of course. The t-shirts are dope.
Dude, the design on them, if you guys haven't already seen them, Seth might drop a teaser on his story.
Yeah.
You guys will be seeing them soon, though.
They're going to be pretty cheap.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you look at Kith, who just did a Godfather.
Oh, shoot.
You look at Kith, who just did a Godfather design on their shirt. What was the retail on the t-shirt?
Retail on the t-shirt was like $55.
$55? Yeah.
Bro, my shirt's 10 to 15.
Seth's coming at you with 10 to 15.
I'm telling you, the shirts will be extremely paid ads. Actually, hit me up. I'm actually way down for paid ads on this show. Hit me up. We pull in views, so all I think it it's fair. Sorry, that was a chat in.
It's all good.
Bet I want a shirt. Yeah, a lot of people actually have told me they want shirts.
They're pretty sweet.
I've got about like 50 to 100 people who have said like I want a shirt.
Bro.
Which for me at this point is like I'm not making money doing this right now, which I'm not worried about. Like I'm not doing this to make the money. I told you, I said I'm not expecting to make money for at least a year.
Right.
And that was last month. So it's not like I'm in a place where I'm like, I need that money. But I think that it is definitely I wanted to I need to make money still though. And I was like, I want to give something. I don't want to just like be like, give me money. Or
Right.
let's figure out. I was like, I want to make something that people will be happy to wear, looks dope.
I feel that.
And we had a conversation about this just in general with like how t-shirts work. I have a Quentin Tarantino t-shirt where he's holding a gun to his head. It's a dope shirt. And every time I wear it, you say to me, you're like, if that just had the word Supreme on it, that shirt would resell for $500.
Oh yeah.
And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And I'm like, Film Sleeper Pete, I don't need it to resell. I just need people to like rocking it.
Right.
And then when people rock it, people are like, hey, Film Sleeper Pete, that was a pretty dope name. Where'd you hear that? Yeah, my boy Seth. He's over on the tubes.
Spreads it, bro. It's all about,
it's all
spreading, getting your name out there.
Yeah, and I think truthfully, like, I feel like what I have to say is important.
Yeah, bro. I mean, when it comes to movies, when it comes to, even sneakers, right? I think when it comes to movies, Seth is much more educated than I am. I feel like me and Seth have about the same education level on sneakers, and so I come to you a lot for advice. I come to
vice versa, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we text almost daily.
Daily.
About
yes. If we're not playing 8-ball, we're not playing 8-ball pool. We are texting
pool.
about shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Or yesterday I hit you up. I said, hey, I think this Supreme box logo, the poncho is gonna sell. I said I think it's gonna sell big, and he said I think maybe 25, 40. I said I'm seeing it at 100, and you're like. And that's the craziest shit. That something that could come to you for free could resell for $100.
It's nuts, bro. But it all plays into the hype thing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you look at, if you follow the market on any kind of hyped release, like those bandana BOGOs.
Yeah.
The shirts, were around $900 to $1,000. The BOGOs were up over $1,000 before the release happened. Release happens 2 weeks later. Where they at?
200.
The BOGOs.
400.
The BOGO. The hoodies right now are like
6-7.
6 to 80. Or sorry, 6
to 800. That'd be crazy.
6 to 800, and the other ones are at like 540 to 680.
Yeah.
So it's like every hype item that comes out, hype shoe that comes out, the Travis Scotts, the Off-Whites, everything.
Yeah.
Right. You see resale sky high before the release. Release happens, it stays there. Almost every single product drops.
Well, and I think that's too because people see it in person a lot of times, and they're like, okay, it's still just a shirt.
Right.
The thought process behind, like, you look at something like, I'm trying to think, even like that Jordan pack that just came out.
New Beginnings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a few weeks ago we were talking, you said right now it's selling about like 1,000 to 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it selling for now?
Well, like size 11's at like 1,600 or 1,700, bro.
Oh, so it's gone up.
That's like one of the most unique ones because you look at same weekend the Off-White 5s released.
Yeah.
Stupid resale on those before they came out. Everybody was, first when the first designs, the first pictures leaked, everyone was trashing on them.
Yeah.
Right, and that's another interesting part about the sneaker community is people will just dumpster on shoes and they'll talk so much
When
trash.
they find out there's only 23,000 pairs, they're like, "Oh my gosh!"
Exactly,
It's like the second coming of, of the sneaker god or something like that.
Right, bro. And it's you think about it. It's the exclusivity that people are looking for. It's not even the colorways that they like.
Yeah.
Right. You think about just back to the Phantom ones, right? People die over those people die over the Off-White Jordan 1 Chicago's because it has a zip tie on it and it's the OG Off-White shoe.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you look at a pair like the Phantoms, you look at a pair like the Obsidian ones, shoes that I think are really clean colorways.
Yeah.
Like, people, you won't find a pair of either of those shoes over $300
yeah.
unless it's in a smaller size. So it's like, where right now for the Off-White one, for me, it's up over $4,000. The Phantom ones are at $150 on Champ Sports.
Yeah. Buy what? 40 pairs of the Phantoms.
I know. It's crazy.
And
it's crazy how that works.
You can wear them for the rest of your life. You buy 40 pairs of Phantoms. Unless you're like you and go to that concert and trash your Phantoms.
Trashed them, bro.
But you cleaned them nice, bro.
I cleaned them up, sold them.
Yeah.
I was just trying to move some shoes. Wasn't in the best financial spot, so I had to move a lot of stuff.
And that's one of the cool thing about sneakers too, though, is like, even if there's a shoe out there, right, that I love to death, and I wear it, and I'm in love with it, but another sneaker comes along, and I'm in love with that one. Like, it's never too late to move on with a sneaker. You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like, that's me with my, like, I sold off all of my Yeezys.
Everything. And all
Of
Off-White.
them. And all my Off-White. I have 2 pairs of Off-Whites, and they're the cheapest pair. Well, the pinks are kind of expensive, but the
Keigers.
The Keigers are some of the cheapest resale Off-White shoes. But I rock those day after day, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap what people think.
Yeah, bro.
As you shouldn't. I think that's with everything in life. People care too much what people think.
Yeah, man.
And it hurts, though. It sucks because it's one of those things of, like, I cared a lot about what people thought until I decided to do this. And then I just realized, like, Seth, you can't worry about what other people are thinking about you, thinking about what you say, thinking about what you do. Like, you just have to do what you think is best. And everything will kind of come. And, I mean, for me, there was a lot of people who kind of backlashed at me swearing in some of my reviews. And, like, kind of got after me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And I for a second, like, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, you know what? Honestly, screw that. Like, I am not entitled, like, you're not entitled to contain my speech. You don't have to watch my videos.
Right.
I say that at the end of every one of these episodes now, is I say, you know, you can like, subscribe, comment. I don't care if you do, though. I would love you to.
Right.
But it's not going to keep me up at night knowing that this video only got 1 like, this one got 1,000. A girl told me last month I gave her autism because of my Joker review, bro.
That's why I was laughing so hard. Not trying to take a serious topic and make it funny, but bro, when you texted me that, I was dying.
You're the first person I hit up, bro. A girl, and not to call her out, I'm not going to say her username, but on my Joker review, which I have mixed feelings about the Joker, and obviously comic book fans are they love their comic book movies, and she came and she said, lazy, that comment gave me autism. I just replied, autism, man, that's tough. Thanks for watching. Like, I don't, at the end of the day, like, I'm not making videos to please everyone. I'm not making videos for everyone. I would like you to watch it and get something out of it. I mean, I had a lot of people reach out after I released my Bad Boys for Life review and be like, I was not even looking forward to this movie, but now I'm stoked. And then they hit me up after they see it. They're like, oh my gosh, you were so right. I'm like, that's why I do this. If one person says that to me, like, I'm chilling for the rest of the week.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, I did my job.
For real, man.
And I just, Funko Pops, Jake loves them.
Who said that?
Felix.
No, dude. Felix, Funko Pops are a joke. The fact that people are dropping however much. Felix he traded his OG shattered backboards for 2 Pops. And supposedly the value's up over 4K, I think, on the Pops. And I'm shook by that. And I'm sure people look at me and they're like, oh, you spend that much money on a release? You spend that much money on shoes?
You spend that much money on a figurine, bro.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Look at this. I got my Pops in the back, bro.
Pops, man. I'm not a big Pops guy.
I got my Seth Pop. This is Jonah Hill and Superbad. His name is Seth. And everyone used to tell me I looked like Jonah Hill, so they gave me this.
Dude, if you had the curly hair, Jonah Hill Jr. right here.
Yes, sir.
But, no, going back to that topic you were talking about and just kind of, you're just kind of doing your thing right now, not really worried about other people's opinions. Relating that to a movie, because this film, Sleep Repeat.
Yes, sir.
Since I was in maybe middle school or high school, my pops showed me one of my top 5 ever favorite movies is The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
And
it's a great movie.
Dufresne gets in prison, right? And he gains, long story short, he gains the trust of the warden. Mm-hmm. The warden?
Yeah.
The warden of the prison. Gains his trust, starts working for him, helping him out with his finances. Well, one day he leaves Dufresne alone in the office, and Dufresne looks over and there's that record player.
Yeah.
And the intercom right next to it. And Dufresne stands up, walks over to the glass door and locks it. He's kind of got this little grin, like this smirk almost. That he's like, look, and you could just tell in that moment he was like, screw it. I don't care what happens to me. Like, I'm going to do this because it makes me happy.
Yeah.
He put a record on the record player and starts sitting back and he's listening to it. And then he looks over and sees the intercom and he puts the intercom microphone right next to the record player and flips it on for the whole prison. He even goes as far as like putting his feet up and his hands behind his head, just sitting back listening to 2 French ladies sing opera.
Yeah.
Right? And it just like everybody in the whole prison stops and stands there and listens to music because it's been so long since they heard that beautiful music. And long story short, they throw Dufresne in what's the word? Like confinement,
solitary confinement.
Yeah, they throw him in the pit.
Yeah,
and it's dark, or the hole, they called it, the hole.
Yeah,
and it's dark, and he was in there for like 2 weeks, and that was unheard of for a prisoner. And when he gets out and he's at lunch, and all of his buddies from the prison, because he's been there for a while at this point, all the buddies from his prison that he was in, they're all like, "Dude, how'd you survive? How'd you make it?" And Dufresne smiles and said, "They couldn't get the music out of my head."
Yeah.
And that, like, my dad taught me that because I would, I was really influenced by other people's opinions when I was growing up, and in sports and just kind of my social life. I was heavily influenced by the things that people thought about me, and I think a lot of young kids are, teenagers through high school, starting off college. Everybody around you.
I mean, hell, there's adults that are still, everything in their life is influenced by what their peers think of them.
Exactly. And so my pop showed me that movie and showed me that scene, and I've kind of let that reflect on my life. And I think that, Seth is like one of the best examples of that. Just kind of like, screw what everybody thinks I should be doing. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to take this shot. And that's kind of what it all boiled down to the night that I came over.
Yeah.
Was, you were saying, Jake, what if this? It's high risk because I won't have a steady income and this and that. And I just said, Seth, bro, think about if in 40 years from now you're laying there in bed thinking about what could my life
been.
Exactly. Where could I have been if I would have given this a shot in my full effort? And so that's why I kind of pushed you to it. And I just said, Seth, bro, I'm behind you. You need my support and help in any way. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. No, and the next day, and you said to me these exact words. You said, now what really matters is what you do tomorrow.
Right.
You said, sure, you're going to go quit your job tomorrow, and you can choose to either come home, go back to bed, come home, watch a movie, do nothing, or you can come home and you can start grinding. You can make your 1917 review.
Right.
You can get it done. And that's exactly what I did, because the next day I woke up and I said, okay, first things first, I'm quitting my job. Quit. Next things next, let's make this video.
Right.
And it's crazy because that video took me about 6 hours to make. And reviews usually take me to like film and review, and to write the review, film the review, and edit. It usually takes me about 3 to 4 hours, right?
Right.
And that first one took me so long, and it was tough. And I think it was a true test of my, like, am I going to do this?
Right.
Because I was like, I just don't know, like, this shit's tough.
I bet.
Excuse my language. But, like, I was like, but this is the only thing I love. And how can I not give it my all, right? And I was like, and like Jake said, like, this is what I have to do.
Right.
And I've told so many people, and this is a real thing, I can't see myself going back.
I feel
there's no ground. If I fall, I'm done.
Right.
I will die, or I will make this happen.
Film, sleep, repeat, or die trying, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do want to go over a few of the comments. Sevi did say, film, sleep, repeat, going worldwide. Cop those shirts before they are dead stock. Hashtag facts, I'd say.
Prestige worldwide, bro.
Prestige worldwide. Why? Can I just say, so obviously I don't hit on girls in the gym, and I don't really talk to anyone in the gym. But there's a girl that I do, like, she's very nice. She always is very kind to me. Today she wears a Step Brothers shirt to the gym. She does happen to be a beautiful woman. And I was like, oh my gosh, if we weren't at the gym right now, I might have the courage to be like, hey, what's up?
Right.
Because I was so just like taken aback. I love Step Brothers.
Dude, Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is great. And
I always debate between Step Brothers and The Hangover being my favorite comedy movies, because they're both. But
they're
Step
both
Brothers
great.
Is
Step
so
Brothers is
good.
OG, bro. And
yeah.
What's funny is The Hangover is the first R-rated comedy my parents ever let me watch. And then at the end, when the photos start showing, they're like, get out of the room, get out of the room.
the pictures from the night.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And I always thought I was so cool. And then I'd go to YouTube and look up the video of the pictures at the end.
Crazy. Man.
Yeah, but so obviously we talked about Felix saying Funko Pops. Jake loves them. He doesn't. Jason Ashcroft, haha, that comment to the autism comment.
I was dead.
So funny.
I was dead.
I honestly, because you said to me, you're like, hey, don't let it get you down. But I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't let this get me down. This is the funniest thing that anyone's ever said to me.
Yeah, bro, that's funny as hell.
And so that's always good. Felix said 2,500 and 1,800. That must be the amount that his pops are worth. Crazy, bro. He did also, Steve Foster said great film for Shawshank, I'm assuming.
Okay, Shawshank.
And I'd agree. Great movie.
Loved it.
That I need to rewatch.
Loved it.
Haven't watched it in a bit.
Morgan Freeman kills it. And
absolutely.
Like, his performance is just like of the, the performance when he goes in for his final interview, so to speak, or when he, when he's going to go in and see if they're going to let him out of prison.
Yeah.
The innocence that he plays of just, I feel like I'm a changed man.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm a changed man.
No, absolutely.
He's so dope, and the best quote of that whole movie is, Dufresne's in the prison right before the final, the big scene, and I won't, for everybody that hasn't seen it, I won't spoil that, but Dufresne looks over at Red, as Morgan Freeman's name in the film, and he said, "You said it yourself, Red," because Red says it earlier in the movie. Says,
"Yeah,
you either get busy living or you get busy dying."
Yeah,
and that's gave me the first
chills,
time I
bro.
ever watched that. Gave me the chills.
Makes you realize what a movie can be.
Oh yeah, man.
That's how I was with Pulp Fiction. It made me realize what a movie could do, what it could be, what it could make me feel.
The influence.
And no, it is a great film. Felix does come in. Everyone started with a few fans. Absolutely.
Facts.
And yeah, no, hell, I'll be here tomorrow too. Yeah. And the next day and the next day. But no,
and the next day.
Yes, sir. And Jason Ashcroft does come in with Seth is a G. Thank you, my friend. Jason's a kid we saw at the Clint Eastwood movie.
That's right. Out in Farmington.
Richard Jewell.
Right? Wasn't it Farmington Station?
Jason, if you're still in the chat, were you guys interrupted by the crackheads at the bottom of the theater? Or was that just us? That was probably one of the worst things ever.
I don't usually get pissed,
bro.
I was so
because
upset.
we kept shushing them, and then they'd start talking louder. And then finally you went to go get someone. And then they come in. As soon as they come in, they stop talking. And they leave, they start talking again.
I was pissed.
It was, honestly, no bueno. Don't talk in movies.
Don't do it. Don't be that guy.
That's why I won't, for me, right, I won't go to movies intoxicated in any way. Because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Now, when I go to Broovies, of course, I'm going to probably have a beer with my movie.
Wild.
But I'm not trying to get, drunk. But don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
The
movie was so good.
Yeah, Richard Jewell was so dope, but it took away from the movie.
Yeah.
Having this drunk couple. They look cracked out. The dude was laughing. And laughing's one thing, but just being obnoxious through the whole film. I was pissed.
Laughing at very serious moments. Laughing with all of his, and I have an embarrassing laugh, so I don't really talk about people's laugh much. But he was definitely milking the whole thing.
And I don't know if it was to try and piss us off or just because he was feeling loopy. But either way, it was disrespectful. And,
yeah.
It's more than the $10 we spent to go see it. It's the experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You go see a movie not just to... some people might just to go do something, but me, you, everybody I know that enjoys movies a lot goes for the experience.
Yeah.
The feel.
We go to a movie to go to a movie.
Right.
For me, obviously, I always say, the movie theater is my church. For real. It is the one place that I feel complete happiness, complete peace. And then when someone comes and tries to interrupt that, no bueno, bro.
It was a mess.
And it was bad, but we got through the movie. The movie was still good.
Oh yeah.
Me and Jake, we see quite a bit of movies together.
Yeah, like you said, since the marriage has slowed down.
Yeah. When we say slow down, it has gone to zero.
Yeah, it's gone to a stop. I've seen Seth, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Sorry, second time.
Second time.
But hey, bro,
Seth's counting.
It's like we've seen each other every day.
Yeah, it's me and Seth. Our friendship doesn't miss a beat, bro.
No.
We go from
because we're still talking every day.
Facts. And we in Bountiful Junior, this is kind of my side of the story, is I was can't remember if I was in 8th grade or 9th grade.
You would have been in 9th.
9th. So Seth comes to the school, and I meet him or whatever, and I don't even know what our initial conversation was, but I just remember every time I'd see Seth in the hall, like, always dapped him up, always said what's up. He just had this big smile on his face.
That's
me. He was always happy to say what's up, and through high school, yeah, like, we kind of lost a connection, went on my mission, completely lost connection, and I got back, and
it was
my last year at Dixie. We started texting.
It was legit. You texted me about A Quiet Place.
Yeah, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place had come out, and you texted me. You said, "Hey, man, I need to know your opinion on A Quiet Place."
Before I go see it.
Which, first of all, touches my heart. Like like a bunch of people say that. Like when I want to see a movie, I always reach out to you. It means a ton. Like and I'm always happy to answer. Sometimes I'm that douche that will like send you my review. Like lately, someone the other day texted me. They're like, "Hey, what do you think of Joker?" And I was like, I've talked so much about the Joker. I hate to be this guy, but like, if you could watch this and then text me,
review.
Like, yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, that's okay," and I'm like, I'm not trying to be dismissive, but when you talk about a certain movie so much, eventually talking about that movie,
it gets old.
And when I've already put the work in, I'm like, let me show you guys kind of what I've got here. But no, we started texting. Then we had played Fortnite one night. We got on Xbox Live.
Yeah,
and we talked like legit about A Quiet Place. You came up with some theories that you wanted to talk about, which no matter what, at this point, I feel like it's a must that we go see A Quiet Place Part 2 together.
We have to, bro.
Like, it's a must.
Fire.
Yes.
That movie is, I don't even know the dude's name. I know he's in The Office.
John Krasinski.
Dude, killed it.
Great director.
So good. Sad he won't be.
I heard he's in it, bro.
Is he?
I heard.
How?
I think because it's
Probably
like the prequel part.
Is it?
It's not a prequel, but I think the prequel part, because you know how in the trailer,
that's right,
like she's driving around. I think he's in I heard he's in like 20 minutes of the movie.
That would be sweet, bro. Because he's such a good actor.
He's good.
The little girl, I think she's here from Bountiful.
Yeah.
The deaf girl.
Millicent Simmons, I believe.
She is so good, dude. Yeah. So good.
I sold a phone to her grandma once. That's a fact. I was working at Sprint and her grandma had come in, and yeah, it's really great. Jason Ashcroft puts in the chat, check out Family Guy's version of Shawshank Redemption.
I think I've seen that a really long time ago. It would be funny.
Yeah.
I should watch it.
Yeah.
But no, and then there was just one night when I came through and me and Seth started hanging out, talking, and it was just like...
Well, the first time we saw the upside.
Oh man, don't even.
And you were going through some problems at the time in life, and you had to kind of step out of the movie for about probably 50% of it.
Yeah, half
but
the movie.
Speaking about Monarchs, bro, this is how I knew me and Jake. Like, this is how I knew we were going to be great friends, because the first time Kevin Hart's on screen, he has some Monarchs on, and you go, "Yo, you see this guy's shoes? What are those, bro?" And then I saw the Monarchs. I was like, "That's so funny," but no, and that was. But then, like the next Thursday. I think either I hit you up or you hit me up and
Serenity.
Yeah, we did another Thursday and we saw Serenity. Terrible movie. Basically,
do not watch it.
A kid if you watch it and for fun, could be great. A kid literally makes his parents have sex in that movie.
It was weird. It was awkward. The kids,
it's really bad.
Yeah, I guess explaining what that.
Yeah, you can't explain.
It would spoil it, but the kid's weird.
Yeah.
Right. The movie. Is I think is that with McConaughey?
Yeah, McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
So I think I like those actors and the actress, and I think the camera work on it was good. The overall message
it was a mess.
It was disturbing. It was weird.
A mess, bro. And that movie is whack. Defame is in the chat. What y'all think of a new Scream movie? I heard they're making a new one. Don't know how true that is. Y'all opinions. As far as a new Scream movie goes, have you seen the old Scream movies?
No, dude.
So I've seen the first one, and I've seen the 2011 one. I think it's Scream 4. And I think they're great. I think they're good horror movies. I think that with horror, when you're rebooting or making a new film for this franchise, it can definitely be a little weird.
Yeah.
Because one that I'm really excited about is Spiral, the new Saw film starring Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. You haven't seen the trailer?
No, dude.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna look that up.
We're gonna have to watch it because that trailer is so great.
Really?
And so I think I think if a Scream movie came out, I'd probably watch the rest of them. I'd probably have. Well, the thing is, Jake's wife does not like scary movies,
She hates them.
which I can get. I didn't like them. I still have a hard time with them. I went to go see a horror film a few weeks ago. Gretel and Hansel. I hated it. I hated being in that theater alone.
Yeah.
It just made me feel weird. But I think we're both. It's cool.
Yeah,
Good for them.
I mean, for me with horror movies, when I really got into them was about a year and a half ago, and I just couldn't get enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch anything else. I was watching horror movies, every horror movie I could find. And I watched a few of the old ones. I watched Silence of the Lambs. Thought it was interesting, but was never genuinely scared.
I am so...
Yeah.
I can't watch that movie. It scares me, bro.
It was creepy and it was weird, but like I watched a couple of the other older horror films. I can't remember if it was Halloween.
Halloween's spooky.
Or, I don't know though. I wasn't really scared by it. And
I think it's one of those things of... The old horror films are more... a lot of them seem dated, which I think doesn't help.
And that's how I feel.
And then you watch movies like It Follows.
I haven't even watched
which
that.
Is, in my opinion, and everyone I've recommended this movie to has actually said they hate it. I think it's the scariest movie that I've had the experience, time seeing. I was upstairs when I had my old room. I was sitting back. I was watching alone. It was when I was really getting into horror films. I would watch one a night. And I was sitting back, and I was so terrified at one sequence that I could not move.
That's crazy.
I wanted to pause the movie. I wanted to turn on the light because I was so scared, but I couldn't move because I was just so horrified.
Right.
So I always recommend that one. But
yeah, that's how I feel about... I don't know, because I'm trying to think. The only horror movie, the old school horror movie that really scares me, really gets me, is The Shining.
The Shining, bro. The Shining's a classic. And Dr. Sleep is even better.
Dude, Dr. Sleep...
Well, I don't know if it's better, but it's...
I wouldn't say better, but it was the perfect sequel, bro.
Oh
like, they couldn't have done... I was nervous.
Yeah.
Because I always get nervous when they make sequels to huge movies like that. Like, I hope they never do a sequel to Inception. I hope they... Because...
Technically, Tenet, which is Christopher Nolan's new movie, it isn't like a sequel, but apparently it's like taking place in the same universe.
Kind of... Okay.
But at least it's not like a sequel. We don't need to know about Hobbs and what that at the end means.
No, I mean, I don't know. I just think I think there's a lot more room to mess up than to improve it. Because what people look for when they go to see a sequel is improvement of the story.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that Dr. Sleep was the sequel and I saw the trailer, I was nervous, bro, because I love The Shining. Yeah. And so the sequel, I was worried that it was going to get ruined by that.
I feel you. And I think it elevates the first one, too. Oh, yeah. I think The Shining is such a great movie. And kind of going into this, Jason Ashcroft does put in the chat, first of all, yes, they wouldn't shut the hell up about the crackheads.
So bad.
And then Halloween 1978 and 1978 and The Shining are the greatest horror movies of all time.
I like that.
I agree with that statement. Actually, I agree with half of it. I don't think that Halloween is one of. I think it's one of the most classic, like one of the. It's weird. The Shining, I agree with. Right. The Shining, I remember saw for the first time on the big screen. I saw The Shining when I was 17, and he commented exactly what I was going to say. John Carpenter's The Thing. The Thing is one of the greatest horror films of all time. And it is so badass, bro.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never seen The Thing. I'd say, yeah, when it comes to just timeless horror movies, yeah, The Shining, bro. Like, The
Shining always scares me. I don't care how many times I've seen it. If I watch that movie, this is when we started talking about like film, like how movies were made together, is we were talking about The Shining and how when he's riding his tricycle around, and ever since I pointed this out, it scares you more, how the sound design is so beautiful because when he's on the carpet, quiet. Silence. When he's on the tile, you hear it. It's so loud, and it's so loud, and then quiet. Yeah. Loud, quiet, and you feel so uncertain. And it's the tracking shot. It's the one tracking shot
where they're following,
and it's so freaking scary.
It's eerie, bro. It just builds suspense, and you're You're waiting for something to jump out.
And then eventually it's like it doesn't jump out at you, it just happens.
Right.
Obviously with the little
door.
Girls.
Oh, that's right.
But like you see those little girls, you're like, this is no bueno, bro.
Right. So creepy.
It's no good. No, that's great though. You know what movie I actually think is people hate on it a lot, but I think is one of the greatest horror movies of all time? Paranormal Activity. I think Paranormal Activity, what it did for a genre, and a lot of people would argue that Blair Witch Project is kind of obviously found footage. Blair Witch Project started it. I think Paranormal Activity, what it did is it introduced it to the mainstream.
Right.
Blair Witch Project is more of a cult film. You know,
right.
It has a cult following, and now it's much bigger. But originally it wasn't the biggest movie. And then Paranormal Activity came out and showed the whole, the found footage, and so scary.
Right.
It's just terrifying because I was a kid. I remember, I must have been 9 years old when I saw that for the first time. I thought it was real. When it ended, I was like, oh my gosh, why'd they let us see these people die?
Right.
Like, this is effed up. Like, I don't like movies anymore.
Right.
But now look at me.
Yeah, no, dude. I think if I had to put my finger on a movie that scared me the most, it was the original Blair Witch Project, bro. And even the movie that came out, 2013, 2014, that
Blair Witch?
Creepy, bro.
Spooky,
Scary
bro.
as hell. But I think the OG Blair Witch
because
Project,
people thought that was real.
Yeah,
when it
bro.
first came out, everyone legit, like, there was no telling whether or not it was real or fake.
Right, and so two things. Like you said, it's really raw. It's all filmed on, supposedly a home video, right? Just a portable video camera.
Yeah.
And so that made it really creepy, made it seem really real. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that you never see anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like the scene where, what is it, dude? She unwraps like the cloth, the bandages, and finds whatever. She sees whatever it is. Like It looks like teeth or bones or something. So creepy, bro.
Yeah.
That movie messed me up. The Witch was another movie.
Witch.
A lot of these movies aren't as much jump scary as they are just...
Well, and that's because jump scares suck.
Right.
Jump scares are cheap, bro. I want a movie that genuinely just makes me feel uncomfortable and scared. And yeah, those movies do that.
The Witch, when the little boy in the family coughs up the apple.
Yeah.
Oh, that terrified me.
That's so good.
It was just a dark, eerie, suspenseful feeling.
Oh, yeah. So we have a few chats here. Defame is call me lame, but the fourth kind scared me. In Alaska with aliens abduction.
That's right.
I have never seen it.
Yeah, I saw it a long time ago.
And I know my dad loves it though. My dad he loves it. He loves it almost as much as he loves Twilight.
I'd have to rewatch.
And did you like the Tall Grass on Netflix?
Oh, I didn't see
I haven't
that.
seen it either.
They just released that a month ago, maybe?
I think it was last year
2 months?
sometime. Maybe we'll have to watch it. Next time Jake comes on the show, which I promise you will be sooner than not because I've enjoyed this conversation. This is the most we've talked about movies on this show ever. We'll watch it. We'll find a time. We'll get together. We'll watch it.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about it. Let's see. I agree Paranormal Activity was so good. After the third, it went to shit for me. I agree and disagree. I think after the third one, they made a few I didn't like, but the marked ones was really fun, really good. Right. But no, it definitely kind of overstayed its welcome.
Right, and I think that's what's going to end up happening with the whole Conjuring universe. So the Annabelle movies, the Conjuring. I don't know what other ones there are. No, I was thinking Insidious, but that's different.
No, I'm pretty sure that's in the Conjuring universe.
Because the lady that helps the boy in the
I think it is. I know. So like with the Conjuring universe, you have like the Nun, Annabelle, which is by far the scariest movie theater experience. I know the same for you.
Bro.
We saw Annabelle Comes Home last year.
Yeah.
And now that movie is not really I think it was just possibly the day. But that movie scared the absolute shit out of both of us.
Oh, yeah.
We were in the theater, and I was legit, I grabbed you a couple of times because I was terrified.
Yeah.
That movie messed me up, bro.
Right. And I remember after that movie, it was like I dropped you off. It was like 1:15.
And I said, hey, can you wait?
Yeah, wait till I get inside. And then I flip around And I called my brother on my way home, and I was like, dude, I just need to talk to somebody. I am so freaked out. And that's kind of the feeling that you want to get coming out of a horror movie.
You pay for a movie, you get so much more than that.
Right.
Which is so good. I do want to say, they could have expanded the story. Like, how did the grandma make the deal with the demon, and did they have to kill someone back then to seal the deal for wealth? Which I think is talking about Paranormal Activity.
Right.
Not gonna lie, I haven't seen those movies in a long time, so I'm not
I only saw the first
closely to that. Jason Ashcroft, of course, says The Outsider on Hulu is your next must-watch. I will definitely put it on my list. Right now I'm watching Succession on HBO, which I told Jake he has to absolutely check out because it's one of the best television shows on TV at this current moment. It is, in my opinion, coming close. Because for me, my favorite TV show of all time is The Leftovers, but Succession is coming close.
Right.
Conjuring, I heard they were going to make The Wicker Man or Wicked Man, something like that. Remember, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
I'm not sure about that.
I do know.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, yeah. The Wicker Man is, of course, a film that was made back in the '60s, remade in 2006 with Nicolas Cage. It's where the that's where the meme comes. The bees, the bees.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. You know I'm named after him.
Really?
Because he
Nicholas?
played. Yeah, he played an. No, he played an angel in a movie. And Succession is incredible. See, they agree. You got to watch it. But he played an angel in a movie by the name of Seth. Now, my name is Seth Austin Orris. My parents told the kids that they could name me whatever they wanted. And Austin Powers had just come out, and my brother said Austin Powers Orris.
No way.
That's it. And my parents were like, well, Shagadelic, baby, is what I say. Can you imagine if my name was Austin Powers Orris, bro?
That'd be wild, bro.
It'd be wild. But they said, look, my mom watched this movie. She's in love with Nicolas Cage. She said, I really like the name Seth for him, but I want you guys to be able to name. So Seth Austin Orris.
That's dope. Dude, that's cool.
Absolutely dope. I mean, it was meant to be. It's all movies in the Orris house.
Of course.
Which is something. Did you go to a lot of movies when you were a kid?
Yeah, yes and no.
Or did you mainly like watch movies at home?
I mainly watched the same movies. Like growing up as a kid, me and my brother had maybe 4 or 5 movies that we watched all the time. I'd say the number one watched movie in our house when I was a kid was The Goonies.
Oh yeah.
I credit The Goonies for teaching me how to swear. But The Goonies, we watched E.T. a ton. I know you don't feel you're not too high on E.T.
Here's the thing about E.T. Steven Spielberg is the most overrated director in the history of Hollywood. I love Steven Spielberg, and I think he's a great filmmaker. I think he is super overrated, though.
Yeah.
I think E.T. is fine. I think that the Indiana Jones movies are okay. I think that Saving Private Ryan, and when he's adult, that's when he's the best, in my opinion. Like Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List, 2 great movies.
Right.
A lot of people definitely disagree with me on that one, though. That's like my most controversial film opinion, actually, is that I think Steven Spielberg is an overrated director.
Yeah, I mean, E.T. is more of just like a nostalgic movie.
Oh, yeah.
For me.
No,
like,
it's good.
Right. So.
Sorry, I don't mean to shish on your childhood.
No, dude, you're good, man. I won't say it on stream, but there's a pretty funny part in E.T. when Elliot he drops some pretty choice language at his brother. And
at the dinner table, right?
yeah, bro. That was always a funny moment when me and my brother would be watching that. But like The Goonies, E.T., Hook with Robin Williams.
Yeah, another Spielberg film that's trash.
No, dude, Hook is fire, bro.
Hook I watched the other day.
So good.
It does. I feel better about it than I did when I was a few years ago. When I was first starting at East Hollywood, I watched Hook in a class.
You hated it.
And I had seen it before, and I had always loved it. And I watched it in this class, and I was like, this movie, like, is it just me, or is this bad? Like, is this a bad movie? And then I was like, yeah, it's bad. And then I watched it the other day. I was like, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie,
good, bro. And that's
it's also
one.
got Williams, bro. Robin, the GOAT.
Bro. He's incredible. But that's another one of those just really nostalgic feels.
Yeah.
So like the Goonies, E.T., Hook, and then the other movie I'd say we watched a ton was Heavyweights with Ben Stiller.
So good. There is a moment in Heavyweights, and I'm sure Ben Stiller goes out for a run, and he runs past this giant log, and he's running, and there's like music to it, and he's like, "Come back here, you devil log!" And he throws the log above his head. Oh look, do you see that pit stain right there?
Sweatski, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm probably sweating too, but I'm wearing black.
He throws the log over his head, and he's like, "Come here, you devil log!" Yep. I legit pissed my pants. One of the last few times I watched that movie, I noticed that for the first time. Right. That's a movie I always used to watch when I was sick. If I was sick, it was always Heavyweights. I have Heavyweights back on this thing, bro.
Dude, Heavyweights is so good. And my favorite part is when they pull the Seymour. Yeah. And Tony's sitting there reading it, and he's like, "Seymour, who's Seymour? Who's Seymour?" And he's asking Seymour, "Who's Seymour?" And the head honcho of the kids at the fat camp goes, "Nobody's seen more butts than you, Uncle Tony."
Yes, sir.
Yo, it was just, that made me laugh so hard.
That feels like a movie that you would like too. It feels like it fits you.
I loved it.
I do have to. So we have a few chats here. Defamed did just come in with from your poster, Alien poster. I love the first Alien versus Predator in the Ice Underground Temple.
That was crazy.
I wish the second movie was better and same actors that survived in the end would have been epic. I think both Alien versus Predator, the first, and Requiem, both suffer from just being too dark. Yeah. As in material, but like the film themselves, you can't see half of the crap that's going on.
Right.
Which I like. I do like the first one. Okay. My parents took us to see it when we were kids. I was probably like 5 when I saw it. I thought it was cool. I do think that they could have done better with that. I love the Alien movies though.
Yeah, what's the main chick's name in
Sigourney Weaver.
Dude.
Ripley, bro.
So good.
They asked me so Fox owns Alien and now Disney owns Fox. And when I started at 1-800-CONTACTS, they said, "Who's your favorite Disney princess?" And I said, "Ripley." And they said, "What?" And I said, "Look, Disney owns Fox, Fox owns Alien. Ripley is the best Disney princess."
That's dope.
And I was like, "Think about it." And they're like, "No, that's not." And I was like, "No, think about it."
Think about it.
I'm telling you. Tell me in the chat, how do you guys feel about that kind of comeback to them? I think it's pretty dope.
I like that. That's original.
We do. Jason Ashcroft was a little upset about the Spielberg comment. It seems he said, "Oh, Seth, stop! I can't believe you just spoke that nonsense." Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., Indiana Jones, Hook, Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You packed with a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Jaws is okay. The making, like behind the scenes making of Jaws, definitely awesome what he was able to do. So I'll give him that. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it just doesn't sit well with me. It's not one of those movies that really has ever been for me. Right. But I can appreciate it, I guess. E.T., like I said, not for me. Indiana Jones, no thanks. I'd much rather just watch like The Raid. That's a dumb comparison. Hook, already said. I'm on the Hook train now. Saving Private Ryan is fantastic.
Right.
One of the best war films of all time.
Awesome war film.
Possibly, might be, it's definitely top 3. I saw it on the big screen last year. It's a great big screen movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me cry.
That's crazy.
And Catch Me If You Can is great. Have you seen Catch Me If You Can? Tom Hanks, Leo DiCaprio, bro. Mm-mm. Why is it that we're always talking on Christmas?
Yeah, bro.
Good shit. I
haven't seen it.
It's some good stuff. Still love you though, and I love you. Movies. What's great about movies too is it's all opinion based.
Right. It's all subjective.
I can say that Grown Ups 2 is the greatest movie I've ever seen, and guess what? No one can tell me I'm wrong.
Come on, man.
It's not. It's not. The greatest film I've ever seen is Taxi Driver.
All right.
But, you know.
Scorsese, right?
Scorsese, bro.
That's right.
What's the greatest movie you think you've ever seen? It doesn't have to be your favorite. What do you think is the greatest movie you've ever seen? Then we'll move on with a few of the comments here.
Dude, I'm going to get my head cut off if I say the wrong thing.
No.
Greatest movie I've ever witnessed and just been like, ooh. No, I don't know. Because it's hard for me to discern between my favorite and the greatest.
Yeah.
I think the movie that impacted me the most when I got done watching it and I was just emotional and it hit me super hard was Fury.
Oh yeah, you do like Fury. I've
Dude.
never seen it.
Bro.
To this day, I've never seen Fury.
You have to watch Fury.
I do like Brad Pitt.
It is so good. Brad Pitt's my favorite actor ever.
I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a twirl.
Yeah, Brad Pitt has 2, 3 spots on my favorite movies of all time. So I love Brad Pitt.
I'm assuming, let's see. Favorite movies of all time with Brad Pitt. Inglourious. Oh, you haven't finished Inglourious Bastards.
I fell asleep.
You bastard. Is Once Upon a Time up there at all? No, not yet, which makes sense. Let's see.
So Fury.
Fury is Moneyball.
Moneyball's good. That's probably my favorite sports movie ever.
Okay. Oh, really?
Moneyball or 42?
Oh, 42 made me cry so hard,
42
bro.
hits home.
When he goes in the when he goes down in the tunnel and breaks the bat and just screams, I literally bawled my eyes out.
Love it, dude. The acting in that was incredible.
Let's see. Jason Ashcroft is throwing some bombs in the chat, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get to it, but yeah, no, I definitely. Let me come back to you on that because I think I have an idea. 7?
No.
Oh, well, okay. Never mind then. Did you all watch the remake of Child's Play?
I did not.
I did. I thought it was great. The only problem I had was a woman brought her entire family, which consisted of about 8 kids under the age of 10 into it, which is wrong on so many reasons. Because first of all, that movie would have effed me up if I was under 10 and saw it in a theater.
Yeah.
Second of all, like they were all talking and all so loud, which kind of
so
ruined it. But it
annoying.
definitely had some scary moments. Mark Hamill is great as the voice. Speaking of Disney, they're making a Lilo and Stitch live action remake. Thoughts?
They're using Baby Yoda for Stitch, bro. Come
maybe.
on, man.
I mean, I can take it or leave it.
I don't really watch any of those anymore.
It's because they're all the same. If you want to watch them, just go watch the original.
The OGs, bro, and like
that's how I feel about Lion King. I think Lion King, the live action remake, it's just a shot for shot remake of the animated Lion King, but with none of the heart that the original Lion King had.
Yeah, I heard it. I haven't watched that, but I was talking to my buddy Jerice one time when we were playing Xbox Live, and he mentioned it just sounded like they were just going through the motions.
Yeah.
It sounded like they were just reading off their parts like it was a rehearsal or something.
Yeah. Which sucks because they have some great voice actors. Donald Glover. You know, obviously, greatest concert I've ever been to was with him, Childish Gambino, of course. But
that's dope.
Yeah, it's rough. So I think we're both kind of the same. It's just it will be there. Maybe we'll see it someday. If it's on Disney Plus, I will not see it because I don't have Disney Plus anymore. The guy in the bottom right is not moving. Is he fine? It's because it's just the poster.
Oh, it's just you?
Yes, he's fine. Look, he's right here. He's chilling. Gone Girl 2014. This is the bomb I talked to you about. Jason Ashcroft. Gone Girl 2014 is the greatest non-franchise movie of all time. Here's the thing, Jason. I agree that Gone Girl is so freaking good. And the first time I watched it, I was blown away. And every time I watch it, I'm blown away. And I think David Fincher is one of the greatest directors of all time. It's a pretty big bomb to say that that's the greatest non-franchise movie of all time. I can respect your opinion. I do not agree with the opinion.
What would you say?
I would say the Taxi Driver.
Taxi
Driver is the greatest non-franchise movie of all time. If we're talking franchise movie of all time, greatest of all time, Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
You still have to watch Part 2.
Yeah, I've just seen the first one, man.
And you loved it, though.
Loved it.
The Dawn, bro.
Loved it, bro. So dope.
There's nothing better than The Godfather. Just watching that movie and just feeling cool.
Oh,
Corleone is the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
When literally the first thing I thought about when I was like, kind of going back to, I want to make shirts. I was like, you know what I really love? The Godfather font.
The logo with the
So then I looked up how to make logos. I was like, how do I design a logo? And I was like, I'll just kind of design it from scratch. And I went through, made my own, because if you, oh my gosh, okay, we'll get there. Because if you use other people's logos that like are on like sites you have to pay for them. And I was like, I don't really want to pay for the logo. The font. I've been saying logo, the font.
The font, right?
I don't want to pay for the font, so I'll just make the font. And I did that, and I was like, it's clean, bro. The Don.
It was dope.
Is Brad Pitt good? See, 10 minutes ago when we were talking about it. Yes, he's very good.
I think Brad Pitt's good.
He's pretty good.
The best ever? No.
No.
Is he my favorite? Yes.
I'd say...
you still got to think of the movie, bro. This is like top 3 favorite ever.
For you, huh? Was it made in the last 20 years?
I think so, bro.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No, dude. Although I like that movie.
I do too. I think that movie's sexy,
I think
bro.
it was early 2000s. Fight Club.
1998. Fight Club.
Okay, so
Fight Club is great.
Fight Club's probably my 3rd favorite movie.
You walk into a film school, everyone will talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's like that. They'll talk about Fight Club, Fincher, Tarantino. It's like film students' favorite things to talk about.
Yeah.
I got so much shit when I first started doing like film stuff because I was like, my favorite director is Tarantino. And then people were like, oh, of course he is. Of course he is. And then I was like, well, who's your favorite, jackass? Like what is, there's no problem here.
Right.
Let's talk about this. And then I explained to them and I wrote the essay, how Pulp Fiction and Quentin Tarantino saved my life. And then people got it. But no, that's stupid. Taxi Driver is overrated, Seth. That's what Jason Ashcroft says.
You're getting some heat today, bro.
Well, I like Jason, and I talked to him. I need to get him on this show because I think me and him discussing movies would be a riot.
Right.
It's just something that I think me and him have actually very opposite opinions on a lot of stuff. And even the stuff we both like, I think our opinions kind of sway a little different, which is awesome. It's what I like.
Right.
But Taxi Driver is not... You're overrated. No, that's not true. He's great. He just got accepted to the U.
Oh, really?
For their film program.
That's big time, dude.
It's awesome. I was so happy for him.
That's dope.
He posted on Instagram and I was like stoked. I was like, oh, I got to let the world know about this, bro. Like, that's
dope,
awesome.
Dude.
I haven't even seen The Godfather, bruh. I'm uncultured. Fair.
Very uncultured. Seth, bro, quick question.
What's up?
Say somebody on your live podcast needed to use the restroom really bad.
Oh, bro, you got it. You go.
Just making sure.
I'll turn to the one shot and I'll talk to the people for a bit.
All right, I'm gonna grab my water bottle and fill it up too. But
sounds great.
I'm getting dry.
No, you're chilling, bro.
I had to pee.
Hey, you're chilling, man. Any time. So let's see. Defame. Have y'all seen on Netflix? First They Killed My Father. Epic good. Please give it a watch. Also, Angelina Jolie directed it. I have seen First They Killed My Father. Great foreign film. I think it actually deserved to win Best Foreign Feature that year. I forget what movie won over it, but I do like that movie a lot. Don't Kill Me, but I never seen Godfather and Blood In and Blood Out. Stop Attacking Me, LOL. No, that's okay. Honestly, Godfather is one of those movies that is so exceptionally good that when people tell me they haven't seen it, I just get excited because that means you get to see it for the first time ever, and that's awesome. That's my thing with movies too, is if someone comes, because Pulp Fiction is one of those movies that absolutely changed my life 100%. So when people come to me and they say, don't hate me, but I've never seen Pulp Fiction. First of all, if I hated you for not liking Pulp Fiction, I'd hate a lot of people. And that's just not how it works for me. I think that Pulp Fiction is great, and I just get so excited for them to watch for the first time. I mean, hell, Jake, I showed him Pulp Fiction for the first time, and I'm sure when he comes back in here, he might want to talk about that experience for a second, but definitely a great movie. I'm uncultured in movies. Last year I saw 8, and it's by far the most I've seen in a year. I think that's fair. I hope I'm saying that right. I think, I'm different than most people. I see about 4 movies a week in theaters. And besides that, I'm watching about probably 30 to 40 hours of television a week and probably 30 to 40 hours of just movies in a week. Basically, that's all I do when I'm not doing this. So uncultured, sure, like maybe you don't know as much about movies and you don't, hear about them or talk about them as much. But I think that honestly, whether you see 8 movies or you see 100 movies, you know, it's all the same really at the end of the day.
Is this water?
Yeah, bro. You take off the top though; it'll be easier for you to pour in because it won't work that way.
I'll get the pouring on camera.
No, you're chilling. But no, just if you can see more movies in the future, see them. If you can't, you're fine. You're chilling.
Oh,
bro. Jake almost just ruined my.
That would have been so bad.
I just got the Los Angeles Times today for Kobe. The day after he died, I got that Los Angeles Times, and Jake almost just spilled water all over it. I would have been absolutely pissed. Let's see. Defame. I'm glad I made it to a live and love y'all channel. I love people's opinions in movies. A good starter talk too. Subscriber for sure. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. That's what
from you.
Yeah, that's what we. I mean, hell, that's all I care about. Like you've single-handedly made my day just by saying that to me.
Yeah, bro.
It's pretty easy to make my day, truthfully, and you did it, and it's the best. Anyone who tells me they like my opinions on movies, I like. I like people who tell me they don't like my opinions too, and give them autism. Yeah. What's your favorite genre of film? I am a big. I'm honestly a drama guy, but I love comedy. Like I couldn't do with that. Like if they're like you could only pick one genre, don't do that to me.
Yeah. If I had to pick, I don't know how you could put this into a genre, but like kind of mind bending movies.
Oh yeah, so like Inception, Interstellar,
Fight Club. That's why
almost like Christopher Nolan is the king of that genre.
Right. I think Fight Club's awesome. I think Shutter Island. Scorsese did Shutter Island.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Dude, Shutter Island's top 10 for sure.
That movie still doesn't make sense to me, bro.
And that's why I like it so much. You watch Inception enough, you can draw the line. Okay, he's either in a dream or he's not. Same thing with
Shutter Island. I just don't get.
Shutter Island, bro. I can watch Shutter Island 3 days in a row, 4 or 5 days in a row, which is what I did the first time I saw it. I just kept rewatching it because I was just. First, I started watching it because the trailer makes it look like a horror film.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet,
I mean, it's
I'm gonna get
horrifying.
scared. Yeah, it's definitely terrifying, but it plays with your mind.
Yeah, it's definitely a mind bender.
It's one of those shows that every time I watch it, I change my opinion on the outcome. Am I back too far?
Yeah, come closer to the mic.
I think I'm back too far.
Come on. I didn't even realize, and then I was like, man, this guy's a little far away. But agreed. So, few chats here. So those are our favorite genres. For you, it's kind of that mind-bending thriller almost.
Yeah.
For me, it's drama. Seth, this is from Hunter Monk. Hunter, thanks for watching, brother. It's good to hear from you. Seth, have you seen 13 Hours? If yes, did you like it? Have you seen 13 Hours?
That's the Benghazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie.
I got a lot of political views that go into that.
Yeah, but that movie's tight, bro.
Yeah.
That movie, John Krasinski in that movie, he's ripped.
Kills it, bro.
I remember that movie too made me cry at the end, and here's how powerful of a movie it is just in general is a week after it came out, I was cleaning theaters still at that time. I was working at the Megaplex, and I go in and I watch the last 5 minutes of the movie, and the moment happens at the end that makes me cry, and I started bawling. And I was like, I haven't even watched anything except for this moment, and I think it's a great movie. I think it's a great war film. It definitely is Michael Bay sort of at his loudest and, honestly kind of best in my opinion. So I
thought it was great.
I think it's good too. And I think, not talking about politics or anything, but like, yes, that Benghazi thing is insane and
such a mess, dude.
Ridiculous.
I'm glad they brought light to the truth.
Yeah.
Right? They brought light to what happened and how they, I don't know. I agree. I don't want to get into politics. This isn't a political podcast.
Yeah. And except for the other day, someone put Trump 2020 in the chat and stuff erupted.
Who was here?
Who was here? It was when Noah and Jordan were here.
Yikes.
My sister puts Trump 2020 in the chat, bro. Just as a troll.
Jeez.
I was like, you gotta love my sister, though. It's sort of funny.
Of course, bro. Stirring the pot.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Seth, this is all coming from love, brother. You're a homie for just loving movies. Absolutely, Jason. I know. I love going back and forth with you about movies. Like
I can't wait to see when he comes on.
Oh, it's the best, bro. It's gonna be a riot. Like I could see me and him talking movies for. It won't happen, but like I could see us talking movies for like 4 or 5 hours.
Hours, bro.
It's crazy. But let's see. Your buddy Jake needs to watch Seven if he loves those movies. You haven't seen Seven? Seven is a movie you do need to see. Okay. It's by the same guy who did Fight Club, David Fincher, and it is, it's nuts. It's about a guy who is committing the 7 deadly sins on people, and they're Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are trying to track down the killer.
Jeez.
And
I gotta watch that.
What's in the box? I'm sure
that's what that comes from.
Yeah. But you'll never know what's in the box till you watch the movie.
It's like what's in the suitcase?
Yeah.
Or the briefcase.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, bro.
It's his soul, bro.
You think so? Is that why he's got the Band-Aid on his head?
I think honestly, it's something stupid. I honestly have always thought it's probably just a bunch of diamonds.
It's a yellow light bulb, bro.
It is technically a yellow light bulb. That is correct. Drama's cool. Have you seen Chloe? If not, give it a watch or the trailer. The guy from Taken comes out and the female from The Forgotten movie, which is good too. Watch that one too.
So Liam Neeson?
Yes. I have not seen Chloe. Have you? All right, we'll check it out. We'll check the trailer out after this.
I got to make a list. I'm going to go back and rewatch this once it's posted.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make a list of all the movie suggestions and I'll watch them.
Yeah. I'm going to say it right now. I don't like horror movies. They either not scary. Most of them look cliche as hell. And if I ever found one that for real was scary, then I don't know. That's not like the best feeling. I get that.
Yeah.
I get
that's why
there are a lot. There's probably more bad horror movies than good these days.
100%.
And then, they're still going to, I like the fact that they make me feel kind of messed up inside.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the draw, dude. It's the adrenaline rush you get when you're freaked out.
But I definitely can understand that. I'm all about. That's how I was until I turned about 17.
Totally.
Jake, did you like Unbreakable, Split, and Mr. Glass, and how it ended?
Unbreakable. Oh yeah.
We watched Glass together. Yeah.
Right. So, me and Seth watched Glass together. I watched Unbreakable and Split. So I watched Split first.
Yeah, that's how I was.
And I didn't understand it. I was like, why?
What does Bruce Willis doing?
What does Bruce Willis have to do with it? And then I watched a YouTube review, and they're like, oh, this is Split was a sequel to Unbreakable, and so I went back and watched Unbreakable, the classic bench press scene.
Yeah.
Where he says that's 365 pounds or however much, 385 pounds. And he says, add some weight.
That's what I do at the gym, bro. 100%. I have 500 pounds on there. I do 10 easy. And they come over, they go, yo, that was 500 pounds.
That's all the weight.
I was like, throw some more on. And then eventually, they're like, bro, that's all the weight. We can't help you. So then I say, hey, throw that girl with the Step Brothers shirt on top of the bench. I'll bench it.
Pushing it. But love that. I thought it was awesome execution. Glass, I think the ending.
I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that they brought them all together.
Just trying too hard to make a twist.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson kills it. I think the Mr. Glass, where when Bruce Willis finds out what's going on with Mr. Glass and why he's so involved, I thought it was sweet.
Yeah.
I think the Mr. Glass himself in the movie playing the part of he doesn't want to cause deaths or accidents because he's evil, but he wanted to do it to prove he wanted to bring light to the fact that there were superheroes in the world. Dope. I like kind of the darker superhero movies.
Me too.
I love Brightburn. Love it, dude. Loved it.
Brightburn is such a trash movie.
It was so dope.
I know you liked it, and I think it's bad. Here's the thing about Brightburn for me is the kid's an asshole.
Yeah, bro. The kid
from the start, he was never a good dude.
No, dude, and I think it's cool that we see someone with superhero powers.
I also just think his mom. Here's my problem with that movie too: is the parents are so stupid because the parents, first of all, if an alien crashes into your barn, call the cops. Okay, first off, and second off, it takes her until he actually kills a certain somebody to be like, oh, he's bad now.
He's evil, yeah. Well, and even that the scene, I don't want to give it away, but their final encounter, she just plays dumb, and it's I think that kind of plays on the whole parents wanting to see the best in their kids and not acknowledge the bad thing that their kids are doing. Fine, if that's the message you're trying to send. You did an awesome job of ignorant parents, portraying that image. But like you said, the parents, they're stupid.
dumb, bro.
They're dumb as hell.
Elizabeth Banks, she's hot though.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
I gotta be careful, but yeah, she's beautiful.
She is a very nice.
I'm lucky.
She's a very nice woman. You're
I'm
lucky because you don't need to worry about how beautiful she is because you have a beautiful woman waiting at home for you.
Exactly, but that beautiful woman, my wife Jaden, she doesn't get jealous over like celebrity crushes. The other night we were having a talk about our favorite celebrity actors and actresses as kids, who we had crushes on.
Bro,
So
I'm telling you, Rooney Mara could get it, bro.
you're wild, Seth.
She's dating Joaquin Phoenix. Though.
If you're out there, my man Seth's single.
But
if you're watching,
she's also. Oh yes, everyone technically. But she's also Rooney Mara is in a relationship with Joaquin Phoenix.
I wouldn't mess with him.
No.
I wouldn't play around with him, man.
No, bro. I'm not gonna mess with that. Are you kidding me? Let's see. Yo, what do you think about the Fast and the Furious, the best written franchise of history? Laugh faces. You gonna see 9? Absolutely, I'm gonna see 9.
100%.
I love Fast and the Furious. It is the best. I cry at every single Fast and Furious movie. I think they're badass. I think they're fun. I think that Fast 5 really... No, I think it was Fast 4 really showed like, hey, we're gonna take these movies seriously now. Of course, there's still gonna be the wacky stuff. Fast 5 is one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
Furious 7... The Paul Walker tribute at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Makes me cry every time.
That hit hard.
But I think it's great. I'm going to see 9.
Yeah, I'll see 9 for sure. That's a movie my brother got me into when I was little.
Yeah.
My brother loved them. He loves the fast movies.
Your brother a car guy too?
Yeah, my brother loves cars. I will say I was very disappointed with Hobbs and Shaw. Dude, I didn't like it.
We watched it opening night. We both thought it was pretty bad. Like, it's not bad per se. It's just boring.
I just wasn't into it. It's a split off. It's obviously the Fast and Furious trying to make more money off it. My favorite one, Seth mocks me for this, is Too Fast, Too Furious.
It's so bad.
So dope.
It's the only Fast and Furious movie that I genuinely think is like a bad movie.
The race in the beginning when they jump the bridge, bro.
I like Tyrese.
Yeah.
Tyrese is funny.
Yeah. But no, Paul Walker in that movie kills it. The original one's dope too, though.
Oh yeah.
When he sees like I
I
owe you a
had
10-second car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff. I agree. Fast and Furious, very good. Seth, you know we all want to hear about what you think about Pattinson and the new bat suit. Now, I talked about this on Friday, but I'll talk about it a little bit here. Have you seen the video?
No.
So Robert Pattinson is the new Batman.
Okay.
And they did a screen test with him in the suit. So it showed him in the suit. Looks really cool.
Oh, is that the video that everyone was reposting?
Yeah.
It's like the 15-second video of them just kind of working their way up the suit?
Up his face, yeah. I think it's cool. I think the weapons as the bat is cool. The gun pieces that when he puts together is going to be a gun is awesome. I think I'm excited for the new Batman for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I love Batman. Batman's... Could I say favorite superhero? Definitely no. Not even my favorite. I think I like Storm from X-Men. Storm's dope. But other than Storm, Batman's he's got the number one spot. We won't say why I love Storm, but
bro, Storm gets that work, bro. Y'all need to watch Sonic. I took my little brother and we both loved it. If y'all are a fan, y'all will definitely love what happens in the end credits. I am a fan of Sonic. I did see the movie, and I genuinely think, and this is just my opinion, of course, I think it's the most bland movie of the year I've seen. It's not bad, but for me it's not good. It's not funny, but it's not funny. It's a perfect 5 out of 10 in my opinion.
Right.
It's a movie I'll never see again, but I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad you were able to take your little brother and that he loved it too.
That's what it's about, man.
That's what it's all about. Are you
love a
kidding me?
movie? Someone else will hate it.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And I don't hate it, but I just think it's fine.
Yeah.
Seth, I love the channel, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Hunter. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for joining in for a bit on the live chat. I appreciate all the questions you've sent in. Well, the question you sent in. You're a great dude. Yes, Seth, love the channel. I will try and catch as many lives as I can. That means a lot to me. We do this every day, Monday through Friday.
Come through.
It's crazy. We've been doing this for an hour and a half right now.
No way.
It's been an hour and a half.
Been flying.
Goes quick, huh?
It's been flying.
It's something when I have guests on that I've been talking to people about, like, it just feels like it's over before it starts.
Oh, yeah.
And No, haven't you guys, like, you guys make it so much easier on us to give us topics to talk about.
Right.
One thing I wanted to mention was we were talking when you were in the bathroom. I was talking about Pulp Fiction a little bit.
Okay.
And how I had showed you Pulp Fiction for the first time.
Yeah.
And how, like, 2 weeks later, you're like, bro, I've watched Pulp Fiction like 7 times.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stop watching it.
Dude, Pulp Fiction's huge. Huge. Because my brother was the first one to start it with me. And I was at my brother's spot and I fell asleep. And then me and Seth hung out, and Seth's like, bro, how did you fall asleep in like the greatest film, bro,
of all time?
And Seth explained to me his story about Pulp Fiction, and we watched it, and I was just taken back. I was blown away.
Yeah.
And the coolest part to me was the sequence of scenes, how it jumps from in the timelines.
Very wacky storytelling. Like very, yes.
But once you get the story and it's established in your head what happens, then you watch it the second, third, fourth, fifth time, and you can start piecing together cool little things.
Exactly what happens. Yeah.
Right.
It's so
awesome.
good. It's really awesome. Let's see. Sorry, someone's calling. And I showed you John Wick as well, which you will also love. One thing I love about Jake here is I'll show him a movie, and if he appreciates it, he'll go rewatch it so that he can really like figure out like the meat of the movie.
Put the pieces together.
John Wick happened when I showed you Reservoir Dogs. You watched Reservoir Dogs like 5 times.
That's my favorite Tarantino movie.
It's the easiest to digest. It's an hour and a half, and it's
so awesome.
Wonderful.
Perfect twist in the end, short and sweet.
Yeah. We do have a question in the chat here. Did you guys watch the new Charlie's Angels? Heard it was an epic fail.
I've seen the old one. I didn't watch the new one.
The new one I've heard is bad. Also, did you guys see Underwater? Heard it was okay.
I didn't. I know Seth did.
I think Underwater is pretty bad. I think that it's just like it's trying so hard to be alien underwater, like literally.
Right.
And it just doesn't work. I think the creature design though, like the big creature in the end, awesome.
Yeah.
Looks awesome, feels awesome, like is genuinely scary and terrifying. So that's cool. But the movie overall didn't work for me. The pacing didn't work. It felt like it's an hour and 45-minute movie that felt like it was 3 hours long.
Right.
A lot of the jokes just didn't work for me. Some of the one-liners did, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was definitely an okay movie.
It was decent.
It's a movie
I haven't seen it.
It's a movie that my dad will love.
But you also love Crawl. And Crawl sucks.
Crawl is so
If you're
good.
watching this, do not watch Crawl.
You know what's funny, though, is Crawl is Tarantino's second favorite movie of last year.
Tarantino's
That's
high.
not why I like it. Like, you can ask Jake, after we walked out of Crawl, I was like, I love that movie.
Yeah. And I was just like, bro. And the thing about it is, it's one of those suspenseful survival movies.
Yeah.
Where me as a viewer, I'm like, why would you do that? Right? So the actors make a mistake in the film which causes them harm or makes the situation worse for them. And I just ask myself, why would you be that stupid? Why wouldn't you have done this? Yeah. It's just one of those frustrating movies that's like, if you had any kind of logic in your brain, you would have solved the issue right off the bat. But, I mean, then you wouldn't have a movie, right? Yeah. Then you wouldn't have... So I understand.
Defame says she loved Crawl. Stupid.
Come on.
No, Crawl, I can understand why you wouldn't like it. Why I like it, it's an hour and a half, so even if you don't like it, it's over before you know it. It is suspenseful.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I don't understand why the people who are like trying to steal that ATM, like, what are you doing?
Just trying to loot, man. They're stupid.
But I don't know. There's definitely, it's not the greatest film I saw last year, but I like the shit out of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
You didn't like it, idiot.
So I got a question for you now, Seth.
Okay.
I'm asking you the questions now.
Okay.
I am Captain now. No.
It's a good movie right there, Captain Phillips.
If you say that if you could put your hands on one movie, doesn't have to be the greatest, doesn't have to be your favorite, but the one movie you think every person should watch at some point in their life.
In their life, huh?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I think that a movie that every single person should watch in their lifetime. Holy cow.
Cats?
No. If you want me to dress up like a cat again, maybe. I don't know. That's a good question, bro. I would say it would probably have to be something like, I think Inside Out is a really good one. The Pixar movie.
Okay, that's a good film.
I think that it's a movie that teaches a lot about life. I think that I was gonna say The Pursuit of Happiness, but I actually don't think everyone should see that movie because I think it's actually not very good. No offense.
I like it,
and it makes me cry. I do think movie everyone should see. Remember the Titans is a good one.
Okay.
I just think it teaches a lot about kind of like our country, where we've been, where we've come from, where we're at now. It's hard. I'm gonna get a good answer, but give me a sec.
All right.
I'd say The Big Lebowski. Let's all smoke a joint and watch The Big Lebowski together, bro.
Crazy.
We do have a few questions here, and then I'm gonna have you. I want you to tell me the movie you think everyone should see. I know I'm putting it back. To give your hot take in which Oscars were undeserved. Don't shy out. Insult them Oscars. I mean the ones you would give to other nominees. First of all, Uncut Gems was snubbed.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems should have been nominated for Best Actor. Adam Sandler should have won over Joaquin Phoenix. His performance is better than Joaquin Phoenix's in Joker. I think that the Joker is kind of that one side. It's madness, which is great. But I think that Adam Sandler, he carries that movie on his shoulders.
Incredible.
There's not a single scene where he's not just like carrying that movie on his back. I think that the Joker has a weak script too. What's other? I'm trying to think of other. I feel like most of the Oscars were actually very well deserved. Parasite is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I still haven't seen it.
Bro, it's great. And I think that it deserved everything it won. I think it could have actually won more, and I would have been pleased with that. But I don't know. Do you have any?
Honestly, I didn't really pay attention to the Oscars.
Yeah,
I was not deep into it, but I think that if, from what I've heard, and if I could just put two movies up next to each other, The Joker and Uncut Gems, I think The Joker was incredible. I think the storyline, I think the acting, I think Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job. I think a big reason why there was so much hype behind it was because of the last film with the Joker, which was Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah. Technically Suicide Squad, but yes.
Okay.
Where the Joker was the main kind
Suicide Squad and the acting and that, whatever, the Blink-182, whoever the hell it was, that performance was shit. But we'll set that aside and talk about the powerhouse performances, right? Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger. Nobody's going to be a better Joker than Heath Ledger. There's no, in my opinion, there hasn't been. And so far, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix's performance wasn't as good as Ledger's, but
it was good, but it just wasn't that quite as good.
Right.
Ledger's also, I think that Ledger was given a much better. Not that I think either way. I think Ledger was given a much better movie to work with.
Right.
I think The Dark Knight is 100 times better of a film than Joker.
Right.
I think Joker has some serious problems that it needs to work at. But no, I agree with you absolutely.
But you put those two movies together, I would watch Uncut Gems every day over the Joker.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems, just the
Bro, the fast-paced nature.
Bro, and the gambling of it when he goes and pawns off the
KG's ring, dude.
So
hey,
dope.
KG.
So dope. He goes, I hit. Like,
bro, literally, Sevy. So when I took Sevy to see it and he pawns off the ring, Sevy looks at me. He's like, no way, dude. He's like, no effing way, that's real.
Crazy.
Like, bro, for real? And then I was like, yeah, this is for real.
He's nuts.
I heard the reboot of Wrong Turn. Of course, I love the original one. I honestly don't know Wrong Turn. I'm very sorry.
Typo?
Moving on. No. For the question of your bro, I would say that everyone should see WALL-E. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inside Out was good. The Blind Side was good too.
The Blind Side's a good one.
I do like The Blind Side. I don't think everyone needs to see The Blind Side though.
Yeah.
Can give it or take it. Jason Ashcroft, Uncut Gems was absolute trash. Sandler was incredible though. Good Time by the Safdie brothers is 100 times better. Now, I agree with technically 66% of that statement. I do think Good Time is technically the better movie. It's the other movie they made, that brother combo. And I think it's better made movie. I like Uncut Gems more, but I do think Adam Sandler was incredible. I think Uncut Gems, to say it's absolute trash, is I can't even fathom.
Educate yourself.
Oh my goodness!
No,
Hey,
I'm
Jake,
playing.
Jake
I'm
went
playing
in for it, bro.
I'm playing.
Jake went in on the guy who's about to literally educate himself.
Educate me,
in
bro.
movies, bro. He's about to educate himself at the U with film. I agree, though. I don't think it's trash. I love it. I think it's a great film, and I think that it is the most like spellbinding movie too. Like I just feel like I'm under a spell the entire time I watch it. I want to see Parasite 2, D-Fame says. You should check it out. It is one of, if not the greatest movie that came out last year.
I need to watch it.
It's so good, dude. It is.
Yeah.
Man, we're at 142. We're almost done.
Hey.
How do you feel about your first time on the Big Orris Experience?
Dude, I feel like we need more time, bro.
Bro.
I feel like we got so much ground we could still cover.
Bro, we're going to have you back on.
There will be a part 2.
Like ASAP.
ASAP.
ASAP Rocky, bro. No, man. It's good to have you on. I was really excited when you said yes. I'm starting to have people actually like reach out to me and ask like, hey, can I be on the podcast? And I'm like, yeah, no, maybe. We'll see. It's like there's certain like it's one of those things I'm like, yeah. I don't remember seeing any movie and thinking it was trash. I have seen a lot of movies that I walked out and I said that is trash.
Watch Serenity.
Watch Serenity. Watch Midsummer.
Oh no, dude! Midsummer was so well put together.
Oh, bro.
So emotional.
Yeah, it's well.
The use of light.
Yeah, it's well put together, bro. But it's a trash ass film.
No, dude. No.
I would rather eat like dog shit out of the trash than watch that movie.
Come on, man.
That's false, actually, because I rewatched it and I thought it was pretty okay.
The Midsummer. The thing I loved about it was that 80% of the scary moments, 80% of the terrifying.
It's in the light.
It's in the light, bro.
It's
in the beautiful nature with the flowers and the all the characters are wearing the Renaissance clothing. It looks like a pure movie, but 80% of that fear comes from the light, and it's
crazy.
It was nuts. I thought crazy.
Ooh, Jason Ashcroft finally agrees with me on something. He said Serenity and Midsummer are so bad.
Jason, bro. Serenity
Jason,
was awful.
We're back. Now, he does think Serenity is bad, which is a fact. It is so bad.
Terrible.
But he also thinks Midsummer is bad, which I'm a big fan of that opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Midsummer twice.
I remember you hit me up.
Like it.
You texted me at like 2 a.m. You're like, hey, bro, should I watch Midsummer right now? And I was like, yeah, if you want to waste 2 hours. And then you kept texting me during certain moments, and you're like, bro, the ritual? I was like, yeah, bro.
Creepy.
There's definitely some crazy shit.
They have her take like the shroom tea.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's like tripping throughout the whole movie. So creepy.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. Uncut Gems is a masterpiece compared to those two. I walked out of Serenity and have never done that. Serenity is a movie.
You walked out?
Yeah. I don't blame you for walking out.
I wish I would have.
If I wasn't with you, would have walked out, I think. When I found out the kid was making his parents have sex, I think I would have walked out.
Weird.
Let's see. So let's settle this. Which Ice Age is best from 1, 2, 3, or 4?
The OG Ice Age, bro.
1 is good. 2 is my favorite, but 1 is the best of them.
I think I only saw 1 and 2, so I don't have much to judge from. But
3 is okay.
Ice Age 1. What do you think about? Have you seen all the Kung Fu Pandas?
Absolutely.
That's my wife's favorite. Like one of her favorite movies is Kung Fu Panda 3.
Okay.
So, I know that sometimes you can find better movies than the first, but for me, bro, I like Ice Age, bro.
I like Ice Age. What's your favorite of all time animated movie of all time?
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party?
Love Sausage Party.
Sausage Party, bro. The orgy scene.
Wild.
First time I was in a theater watching that, bro, I legit cried.
Yeah, bro. It's so funny. But if I had to take if we're talking like kids films, kids animated, Trolls, bro. Trolls.
If
you haven't watched Trolls, get your life together, write out your goals, and Trolls should be in that first spot of watching. Like, figure your life out if you haven't seen it.
That's something that I will say about you. You've always been a big Trolls supporter.
Trolls, dude. Princess Poppy. Love it.
Bro, and that's the thing is I don't like trolls very much, and every time I say I don't like it, he's like, "You're stupid.
You're trash, bro."
Everything you say about movies means nothing to me now because of that," which is fair. I think that I'm excited for the new one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Jason does say, "Jake, congrats on the marriage. I went to high school with Jaden, and she's a sweet gal."
Hey, Jason, you're the man.
Yeah.
We all three of us got to kick it. Maybe all three of us come on here, and I get educated by the two goats of film.
That'd be a blast, Jason. I'll definitely have to hit Jason up, see what we can make happen.
Absolutely.
Maybe I know, just like movies are so fun to talk about.
Oh yeah.
It's honestly, dude, I'm telling you, this show right here, like just in general, doing this every day, is so good.
Making lists, like talking about favorites, talking about least
bro,
favorites.
it's just the best. And then the chat joins in.
It's fun.
And like
it's fun
the chat
interacting.
keeps everything going.
Right.
I mean, hell, an hour and 47 minutes feels like we've been in here for probably 30.
Yeah.
And the chat has just made it fun. Trolls looks really bad from outside, but looks can be deceiving. I'd say actually that's a pretty good statement to make because I do think from the trailer and everything, it looks like, oh, this looks like what? Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake, what are they doing? But I think, yeah, sure. If you like what you want to like, I don't give a shit. I'm really sad James was not in the chat today. I think James is probably busy. I hope he watches the replay.
Hope he does.
If he doesn't, that shirt's going away, bro.
Yeah, James.
No free shirts. No free shirts up in here. A lot of people did ask me if they could get a free shirt. I said, bro, I'm trying to charge 10 to 15. You're telling me you do not have 10 to $15?
Cockroaches, man.
No, it's okay. You guys, I'm sure I'll give a few free shirts away.
I feel it.
Why not? So Jake, let's see. If anyone has any last questions for me and Jake, throw them in the chat. We'll give you probably like 3 minutes to throw them in the chat, and then I like to finish up a certain way every day.
Yeah.
But no. So Jake, tell me. Obviously, you're newly married. You're going to school. You have a few job offers, kind of. Life is crazy. What are you looking to do in the future?
Shoot, man. Just continue living, doing what makes me happy, Like I chose to marry Jaden, not because, I was pressured into it, not because we'd known each other for a little bit, but it was nothing crazy. I chose to marry her because she makes me happy. I choose to go to the U and study engineering because it makes me happy. And making money is what I plan to do in the future,
Yeah.
Engineering, shoes, like I look at it as business opportunities, and we talked about early about hype and kind of where we're at with that. But when it comes to making money, I don't care how ugly I think a shoe is. If I think there's going to be hype around it and there's going to be money to be made, I'll buy that shoe and resell it.
It's the only way to go.
So, and I think that's the line you got to draw with life is like, there's necessities like making money. There's necessities of enjoying your life. I think when you can parallel those and have them go in the same direction, that's when you're finding success. So that's just kind of, I'm right now crisscrossing paths and stuff. And I think that that's what life's about. When you find that balance. It's about
that journey, bro.
Right.
If you would have told me last year at this time, this is what I'd be doing right now, there's no way I would have believed you.
Right.
I would have been like, no, I'll be at Discover. I'll be chilling. Like get out of my face.
Right.
But like, I'm here.
Right.
I'm killing it.
Murdering it, bro.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling with my boy Jake. I get to go to bed at 4 a.m. after grinding for 12 hours and wake up at 1 and do whatever I want. Jake calls me this morning at like 11:30. He says, "Wake your butt up,
Wake
bro."
your ass up.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got a little wild last night, but no. Okay, we have a few last questions that we'll go through. But that's awesome. I'm excited for your future. I'm excited for our future, bro.
Oh, yeah,
it's like I posted that photo on Instagram yesterday, and I was like, look, there's no going anywhere if I don't have my friends with me.
Yeah, bro, and that's why we're here for each other. Man.
Absolutely. Till we die, bro.
Of course.
Have you seen Rango? And if not, then are you prepared to change your best animated movie spot? I have seen Rango.
I've seen Rango.
It's fine.
Yeah, fine.
Very good.
7 out of 10.
I like the Western aspect of it. I think it's a cool little Western animated film. glad I found y'all on YouTube. Well, I'm glad you found us today too.
Glad you're here.
Jake is not always on the show, unfortunately, but he's definitely going to be on a lot more. It's like a must.
Well, I'm stoked. I'm excited.
And then Jason versus Seth and Jake. It's on. So Jason wants to come on. He wants to battle us.
Battle
bro.
us, bro.
It's on, bro.
Movie battles.
We'll mess you up. No, I'm kidding.
Jason, we will tie you up.
Oh.
I'm playing, man. Seth got this crazy look.
Oh my God. You can't say that, bro. This is live. But Jason also says, keep doing what you are doing, Seth. You are on your way, bro. We need to collaborate on a screenplay. Always down, bro. I am always down to make movies. Now, not as much as make movie reviews, but I am down to write a screenplay with you. I'm down to help, like, anything you need. Because I honestly, like, I know the technical side of filmmaking, so anything you need, I got you. Jason gives the hottest takes. Facts. And thank you, Jason. I'm honestly humbled by everyone being so kind to me about everything. I do what I do because I love doing it. There's no other reason. I love talking to you guys every day. I love seeing my boy Jake on the other side of the table. And Jake, thank you. No, I like to end just by literally kind of going into the spiel of I couldn't do this without the people who support me. I couldn't do this without the people who watch me for an hour to 2 hours a day. I couldn't do this without the people who liked what I have to say about movies. And I wouldn't want to do this without all of you. So thank you. Tomorrow, we are live with Jackson Hayes, possibly. He has a movie that we might be premiering here. He needs to get back to me. Jake, with everything you're doing, obviously, I want to kind of plug what you're working on as the kids come in. Hive, can we plug Hive or no?
Yeah, I mean Hive Life. It's a sneaker community here in Salt Lake, Utah. I mean, there are members from all over the place, but we're based out of Salt Lake and Orem, Utah. Dopest shoe game, dopest shoe group in Utah.
They're on the rise.
We're making big moves. So if you're into sneakers, that's the beauty of sneakers, right?
Community.
You got old heads that have been in it for so long. You got dudes that are joining every single day asking basic questions about shoes. We're more about building a community than making money off people. So if you want to come join a cool community, find shoes that you like, find shoes that you might not like, you're welcome to join. Hit me up, hit Seth up. He'll link you with me and I'll get you in.
Yeah. Well, and hey, guys, you heard it here. Jake's doing some great stuff. Jake will be on in the future. There's no doubt in my mind. For me, as always, you're already here on YouTube, Instagram, Seth_Orris. Starting to kind of get more into the Instagram game. And sheesh, guys, I Film Sleep Repeat on Facebook. If you go follow me there, I always post links and everything so that you can come here every day. Last thing I'll say here today, D-Fame says, y'all rock from Houston, Texas. We appreciate you.
That's dope.
You've been awesome
That's
today
super
in the
dope.
chat. You've been absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Plan on us going live tomorrow about 4 p.m., guys. 3 or 4. I will put out the link. I will put out the final announcement on Facebook tonight. And Jake, you got to say it with me. Until next time, peace out from the Film Sleep Repeat Studios. Peace, guys.